Hey guys, Katie Vibes here. Welcome back to my channel, and Oliver is here too. Every time I film, he absolutely insists on my attention. Only when I'm filming though. He'll follow me around, he'll want to play and stuff. We've already played and everything, but he can be sleeping, and if he notices I start filming, this is what he wants. Apparently he gets jealous of me recording. Anyways, I got some stuff. Don't look inside my ear, please. I got some stuff, some G1 My Little Pony merch that I'm very excited about. I went into a thrift store because recently, as I showed in my last video, I found some really cool things which were Wizard of Oz related, and if you're interested in seeing what those things were, they are brand new in the box, by the way. Super stoked about it. Definitely go check out my last video for that one. But yeah, I wanted to go back. It's been like 4 or 5 days, and I thought, hey, just in case, let me go back in and just see what they've got. I didn't really find anything. I did find a bag with some ponies in it, and no pony left behind. Now, I don't feel that way towards like common G4 ponies, but if I ever see a G1, G2, or G3, even reproduction G1s, I will rescue them. And the same goes for any vintage fakies. Now, I don't consider all, automatically a pony toy in My Little Pony fakie. I absolutely hate that, and I actually want to make a video talking about that and showing, the differences and what I feel should qualify as a fakie. Obviously, it's subjective. Obviously, it's opinion-based, but it is something I do want to cover. So anyways, I found this bag. It had a pony toy, not a My Little Pony fakie in my opinion, and then 2 McDonald's G4 ponies, and then this, which is a 1980s Terra toy pony. And I have a couple of these, but I don't know if I have the one in pink, which is this one, yellow hair and pink. I guess you would call it a diaper, essentially. So I definitely had to snag it. It was only 99 cents for the whole bag. And if I already have her, then she will look for a new home once I can make a little lot of them. I don't typically sell these fakies by themselves because they tend not to be worth it finance-wise. At least in person they do. Online they don't because of the fees, the shipping, etc. So either way, she will eventually have a loving home, whether it be here or elsewhere. Now the other thing I found, okay, bear with me. I love The Wizard of Oz. It was always one of my favorite movies as a kid, still is one of my favorite movies to this day, and I'm actually really not big into older movies. I just never have been. I've never had any desire to see Wicked, really. When it came out in theaters, I had a friend who asked to go, and I said yeah, because it's more so going with a friend and going out and doing something, but when it didn't happen, I wasn't upset by it. But I don't know, I don't ever go out of my way, do not jump on there. Oh, my phone is on a not flat surface with a glass jar of candy holding it up. And Oliver wants my attention so bad. Now he keeps laying on the box that has the pony merch in it. Are you comfortable? Is this your way of telling me you want attention? I got this because they were my size. I am a bit of a sneakerhead, or I'm becoming a bit of a sneakerhead. I love shoes and purses that are kind of weird and out there. So these definitely fit that bill for me. So one of them says perfectly pink. The other one says defy gravity, which I guess is like a saying in it. They are basically brand new. There's a couple of scuffs on the side that will most definitely wash out. It literally looks like they were worn one time. They're not worth a ton, brand new, but they were only 10 bucks, and they seriously look like they've never been worn, minus that one single scuff right there. That is the only thing that makes them look worn. But I think they're really cool, so definitely had to snag these. So there is that. And now let's get into the merch, which Oliver is laying on the box. So thanks. Now that I've gotten my box back, alrighty, everybody, so excited. Got a nice little thank you note. Lots of bags, lots of padding, which I'm a-okay with because I am all for recycling, which means I will definitely use those when packaging something that I have to sell. Tissue paper as well, always great thing to recycle if possible. This is way bigger than I thought. Whoa! I thought this was a watch. I thought this was like a watch, not like a clock. So that is cool. Also, I did not know there's apparently one of these. It's a merry-go-round pony clock. I knew there's a Moon Dancer one. I'm obsessed with trying to find one at a reasonable price. There's the little watches, another thing I want to collect. I do have one watch so far. But yeah, look at that. Who's it supposed to be? When I'm wrong. I'm an idiot. It's supposed to be Sugar Sweet, which is one of the candy cane ponies. And I saw the stripes in the hair, and that's what made me originally think of that. Need a better lighting. There's a box of recyclables behind me. That's why I was trying not to tilt it too much, but I'd rather there be good lighting, right? It's just, that does not look like her cutie mark. That's what threw me off, is the cutie mark is kind of doing its own thing, I guess, but that's okay. Also, there was no noted damage, but there is definitely damage. You can see inside where the clock is. It looks like it wouldn't read properly. So there's that for item number 1. Now number 2. Okay. Oh, so excited. Now I know this has been opened, and apparently it's been tested and works if I remember correctly. So if you don't know, this will now be my 4th Firefly sewing machine. I have one that I'll be keeping, which is loose, and then I have 2 for sale, and now I have this one in the box. Although, I don't know, do I need to have? Oh, yeah, I need to have a loose one. I need to have one loose, I need to have one out. So if anybody wants a sewing machine, though, it has Firefly on it. And at least one of them I know for a fact works. One of them I do need to test. But if y'all need one, let me know. Because I know I'm going to offend some people here, and I don't mean to. This is just personal opinion. I don't like when collectors will collect like multiples of a specific item, especially when it's like a harder to find item. It's one thing if you have like, I don't know, let's say 10 Peachy. There's a ton of Peachy out there, right? But let's say you have 10 Mimic. She's not rare. Hate that. Hate that. Mimic is by far not rare. I would never classify her as a rare pony. Definitely making a video about that to prove that, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, that's just, it's a harder to find pony and an expensive one. So to have that many, knowing that a lot of other people don't get that opportunity, that kind of like bothers me a little bit. I know there's like a lot of like, they're called squeaks, or like rubber face plush, for example, like Rushton plush. Some of them are very rare, and people will have like these squeaks or whatever, and there's not a ton of them out there. They can be like very hard to find. You can go, you know, you can look every day for a year and never see one listed, and people have like 20 of them. And I get it, it's your collection, it's your money. You have every right to do that. I'm not saying that. I just personally don't agree with it. Now, I have 3 Blossom, for example, and that's because each one looks different. One is its original color, one is semi-faded, and then one's very faded. And I just like to see that transition because she's very well known for fading. So that's the only reason I have 3 of her. And again, she's common. I just personally don't think you should hold on to multiples of something, or especially like a large number of multiples, you know, when they're the exact same. It's one thing if you have the France version, and you have the German version, and you have the Italian version, you have the Greek version, that's so different. But like with this, like all of the sewing machines, I could not think of the right word, sewing machines have very slight differences from one another, and it all comes down to the paint that is on Firefly, because it is hand painted. So like on one, the eyes are very, very dark. On one, the eyes are not very dark. On one, the cutie mark is a lot darker than the other. So there's differences there. But I still don't think it warrants keeping all 4 of them, because now I have 4 of them. Even if this is in the box, it comes out of the box. The person took it out of the box, they tested it, blah, blah, blah. So, like, technically I have 4 of them, and I just don't agree with that, even if there are slight differences. Now, I'm going to keep 2, because I'm going to have 1 loose and 1 in the box. I don't see a problem with that. Just, again, I don't have an issue with you keeping 1, 2, 3, especially if it's a common item. While this isn't a very rare item, it's still not a very common item either, so that's my rant on that. Sorry, I know you didn't ask, but you got it. Anyways, let's look at the artwork on here. You could definitely tell it's a very 80s design, just the way the girl's dressed. Everything about it just definitely screams vintage, which I absolutely adore about it. You can see what it looks like on the back right there. Though it doesn't look like, yeah, that's funny. They didn't paint Firefly's cutie mark on. So you can open this up. Ugh, I hate the sound of styrofoam, and I know I'm not alone. What is missing? Okay, so all of mine, literally every single one of them, including this one, is missing this piece, which I guess is to hold, I hate that sound, hold the spindle, right? Is that the right word? Is that a spindle? Does it tell you? Oh, spool of thread. I don't think the thingy that holds it is a spindle. I don't know. But yeah, all of them are missing it. That's that big thing on the very, very top above the words My Little Pony above Firefly. So all of mine are missing that, including this one. Apparently that was a very easy to lose piece. And I am now going to get this back in the box and get tons of goosebumps doing so because of the sound. Also, like, that has Medley on the back, or on the front, I'm sorry. And it's from 1986, that's right there. And the final item is right here. This is way smaller than I thought, but I will say this. If you didn't catch what it is already, when I first got, like, my first not my first piece of merch, but one of my first pieces of merch. It was the little canteen. I'll show a picture of it right here. And I was very shocked at just how small it was. So I'm definitely feeling the same way with this. I did not expect this to be huge. I definitely expected it to be like, I seriously thought it was going to come out to like here, like maybe be like this. I really did. I'm very surprised by the size of that. This is so freaking tiny. I was not expecting this. Every picture I've ever seen of one of these, I think I've seen like 2 listings for these. Or they were never next to a pony for comparison. So yeah, wow. Very, very small. I don't know if this works. I don't remember if they said it was tested. I don't believe they did. This is from 1983. One down there. But I will definitely be testing it. And it is Sunbeam, obviously, as you can see there. And it says My Little Pony right here. You can see the little dial. And for those who don't know what this is, because you're just that young, it's basically it's like a, what's the right word? Like a radio transmitter. Is radio transmitter the right word? It's like a little radio. That's my understanding of it. It's my understanding. I could be wrong. But I swear it's supposed to be a radio transmitter. I should have probably done a little bit more research before I open this, because I'm probably not doing a very good job at describing any of this. But it is cute nonetheless, and there's a very large chance it doesn't work. Although, at least 2 of my sewing machines work. This one's supposed to work. I will test it, of course. And the other one I haven't tested yet, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. But still, like, they're 1986, and they work. Like, I have definitely considered sewing with them. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be a fun, like, video to try out a bunch of merch and just kind of show it, like, working and stuff. I think that'd be kind of a fun video. So if you'd be interested in seeing something like that, definitely let me know. But otherwise, I think that's it for this video. Like I said, it's kind of a short video. I only got a few items. All of this stuff is for me. The Terra Toy Pony may be available for sale or available for trade, of course. And I have tons of stuff. I have over 3,000 items in my inventory, and I am trying to downsize because I am focusing on moving out of the state back to the East Coast, hopefully in the next, like, 1.5 to 2 years, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, I also have a series that will be coming out on my non-toy content channel, which is of course linked in the description below, talking about some health diagnoses I have recently received, and just kind of this little journey I'm going on to kind of figure out some stuff that is very, very life-changing. I just want to get a solid answer on if I can do a certain thing, or if I have to go down the route of acceptance instead, because that'll obviously shape the entire series. So I'm waiting for the 29th of this month, and then I'll hopefully have results either on that day or shortly after that day, because that's when we'll be doing some more in-depth testing of some things. So anyways, if you're interested in seeing what that's all about, you know, it's, even if you're not going through something health related, I'm hoping it can be something very positive to talk about how you can get through things if you're in a very tough situation, if you're feeling severely depressed, anxious, stressed, a whole combination of those things, whatever it may be. Just kind of like an uplifting, motivating video. I actually used to have a very successful support blog, and I definitely want to get back into something like that, but I think I'll be doing it on, obviously, YouTube instead of Tumblr, which is where I used to do it before. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, just hearing about other people's problems and hearing my advice towards it, then definitely check out my channel, linked in the description below. I'm currently editing a video for that channel, which has nothing to do with that kind of stuff. It's just kind of like a news article. It's really freaking crazy, really disturbing, but happy as well, even though getting to the happy point involves a lot of sadness and frustration, in my opinion. But if you're interested in seeing that, definitely, again, check out the links in the description below. You can also check out my Instagram, my TikToks, and all that stuff down there too. So make sure you guys like, make sure you subscribe, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Oh wait, I did that wrong. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, what can I grab? Thank you so much for watching for the millionth time, apparently, and as always, have a good one. Bye! Yeah, you get a shoe, sorry.